Having survived the dilemmas and complexities of time, ancient Turkic land Nakhchivan is considered one of the nests of human civilizations and one of the art, science and cultural centers of the Old East. Its favorable natural geographic position and its location on the Silk Road that connects the East and West turn this land into a region where the geopolitical interests of big countries overlap. Despite various threats, repressions and invasions from time to time, Nakhchivan and Nakhchivanis have always demonstrated an example of courage and valor. Carpets are not the display of artistic aesthetic taste only, but are also a visual indicator of blood memory, the bridge of time, the code of national and moral values, cultural formation, the wisp of national thinking in knots, and the message from yesterday to the future. To investigate the Nakhchivan school of carpet weaving, one should no doubt know the development process of people tying these knots, forming the harmony of patterns, the social philosophical nature of the epoch through which they passed, and the historical ethnographic and cultural map of this land. Azerbaijan carpet weaving art consists of 7 carpet weaving schools: Tabriz, Baku, Guba, Shirvan, Ganja, Gazakh, and Karabakh. Studies have been carried out since the time of the Soviets up to our independence, and a lot of opinions have been articulated regarding various carpets, pile weave and flat weave carpets from these groups. Books have been written, and the world community came to recognize these 7 groups. Primitive clay spinning wheels and spindlelands made out of bones found in ancient residential area Kultepe that existed during the 4th, 3rd millennia BC prove that Nakhchivan was one of the most ancient weaving centers. The people of this land knew the secrets of obtaining dye colors from plants, and they used those dyes to color most of the clay dishes they employed in their daily lives. A number of ancient sources have witnessed the fame of Nakhchivan carpets. Valuable information about Mughals palaces and chevals, Shirvan's fabrics, and Zalitan carpets of Nakhchivan, Khoy, and Selmas is found in Hudud al-Alam piece belonging to the second half of the 10th century. I have nowhere encountered the pile wave and flat wave carpets and their patterns that I have seen in Nakhchivan. We obtained a lot of information about all of these. We made new discoveries in each of the 7 districts: Sherur, Sederek, Shahbuz, Babak, Ordubad, Julfa, and Kangarli.
Sherur, Sederek, Shahbuz, Babak, Ordubad, Julfa ve Kangarli rayonlarının her birinde biz yeni ihtiralar elədik.
Pile weave and flat weave carpet products held in private collections of the world are as follows: 5 from Nakhchivan city, 5 from Babak district, 5 from Julfa, 3 from Kangarli, 6 from Ordubad, 4 from Sederek, 6 from Shahbuz, 10 from Sharur. The studies were finalized with accurate information about 254 weavers from 68 villages of 7 districts of the Autonomous Republic, 31 from Shahbuz, 58 from Sharur, 49 from Babak, 37 from Julfa, 8 from Sederak, 35 from Kengerli, and 36 from Ordubad. In addition to weavers, the work of a carpet trader called Turbad Rustamov, who lived in Kulani village of Shahbuz district, was investigated.
Nakhchivanda bu 7 rayonu biz gezdik.
We visited these 7 districts in Nakhchivan and became familiar with weavers and the carpets woven by them, both pile weave and flat weave carpets, saddlebags, socks, vermishes, kilims, jajims that are used in households. In general, we encountered new findings in each product woven by people who are engaged in the weaving there. Following these findings, we came to the conclusion that Nakhchivan is a big carpet weaving school that has not yet been studied.
Büyük bir kalçaçılıq məktəbidir.
The Stone and Bronze Age monuments discovered in Nakhchivan's territory, about 2,000 differently shaped signs and images of hard rocks in Gamigaya, dyed dishes culture distinguished by its craftsmanship. The traces of ancient city building demonstrate that this land was one of the primary civilizations. It's no coincidence that the first urban culture emerged in this territory, namely, and Nakhchivan, the biggest residential territory of the region, began forming as a city 5,000 years ago. By the way, the first written account about this ancient land is encountered in Claudius Ptolemy's geography piece. Dye houses are considered an important stage in the carpet weaving, and they were famous in Nakhchivan and Ordubad since old times. With their brightness and dazzling shades, the dyes were different from other district styles and were supported by national traditions and their technologies. To dye yarns, various colors were obtained from mountain bushes, flowers, sprouts, leaves, and fruit skins. Yellow and yellowish colors were obtained from sarichub, sarigul, and fig leaves. Red and pink colors were obtained from cochineal, pea color and creamy color from onion and apple peels, oak color from nut skin, navy blue and blue colors from natural indigo. To increase the dyeing ability of natural colors, dyers added hardening substances like alum and salt to them. The color palette of the carpets woven in this land is diverse because they obtain dyes from national traditions and Nakhchivan's fascinating and rich nature.
Kalçaların renkləri çox önəmlidir. Orada olan iqlim.
We saw a world in the patterns that are loved and engraved on the carpets by the people of this territory.
Özlərinin sevdiyi, bəyəndiyi o naxışlar ki var, o xalça üzərinə onları həkk eləmişlər. Onların hamısında bir dünya gördük.
One of the etymologies of Nakhchivan's names is interpreted as Nakhsuana, the country of miracles and good water. Nature created this land beautifully and miraculously. In addition to being useful for taste buds, the salt mountain is irreplaceable for its treatment qualities. Batabat Lake is the wonder of nature. Mineral waters of Nakhchivan are the medicine for 1,000 illnesses. Its mountains are the natural plantations for medical herbs. Years ago, during Soviet era, the herbs like brotherwood, boymadaran, dazotu, solmaz-çiçek, ganteper, baldırgan, hawthorn flowers, mountain mint, yamanatu were sent in mass quantities by form for pharmaceutical industries of foreign countries.
Naxçıvanda toxunan çələbə xalçası, Zəngəzurda toxunan çələbə xalçası və Qarabağda toxunan çələbə xalçası.
The Chalabi carpet woven in Nakhchivan, the Chalabi carpet woven in Zengezur, and the Chalabi carpet woven in Karabakh. All of the three have different colors. Although the patterns are the same, they are all different and are closely related to the climate and plant cover of each territory. I have been to these places many times, have talked a lot with dyers. Most importantly, the content of the dyes that the Nakhchivan dyers talked about and their methods are rather different. We use alum to strengthen or simply make the yarns look healthy, but Nakhchivanis said they use salt more. They use rusty iron as well. For instance, by keeping the yarn in water along with iron, the colors become very vivid as a result of the oxidization of iron. This gives the Nakhchivan carpet special beauty.
Naxçıvan xalçalarına xüsusi gözəllik verir.
Nakhchivan's flat weave carpet type shadda is characterized by simple and complex weaving, plotted composition and bright color shade. Alternating rows of horses and camels, camel caravan plots, are a sign of eternal life and life caravan. Geometric patterns like rhombs and hooks symbolize plantation fields, houses, growth and abundance.
Təqdim olunan şəddə Naxçıvan qrupuna aiddir, yundan ibarətdir, sadə və mürəkkəb dolama üsulu ilə toxunmuşdur.
The presented shadda belongs to Nakhchivan group. It was woven outer wool using simple unwinding style. The middle of shadda is green, the edges are red, and its warp is in three colors. That's to say, the middle is green and two edges are red. Camel caravan and camellia images are woven along the edges. In general, these shaddas were woven in large numbers in the villages of Shahpuz district. Our weavers wove this shadda in the Azer-ilme company. Only a small fragment was left out of the shadda when we found it. Our weavers wove it looking at the fragment. The certificate given by foreign experts certifies that shadda belongs to Nakhchivan group.
Verilen sertifikat Nakhçıvan qrupuna aid olduğunu təsdiq edir.
Compared to flat weave carpets, pile weave carpets are produced more in Nakhchivan. Pile weave carpets cover a highly developed period of this art. The composition of pile weave carpets are composed of differently shaped elements. The technology of pile weave and flat weave groups of Nakhchivan carpets correspond to the carpet weaving technology of Azerbaijan in general. Palaz Jajim Kilim Shadda Zili belong to flat weave carpet group and is produced by the methods of simple put-through, complex put-through and simple winding of wet interwarp yarns. Carpets and rugs belong to pile weave carpet group and are woven by using knotting, that's to say winding knot or Forster knot methods.
Naxçıvan xalçalarından danışarkən namazlıq xalçalarını unutmaq olmaz.
When talking about Nakhchivan carpets, we cannot forget prayer carpets. They are prayer carpets decorated with Buddha motifs, Tirma motifs and animal figures. When looking from close, it's possible to accurately determine that these carpets are purely from Nakhchivan group of Azerbaijan. The urbanization culture reached its highest point. This in turn pushed for the development of architecture. The founder and the most well-known representative of the Nakhchivan School of Architecture, Azerbaijani Nakhchivani, has left a leading legacy behind him for the entire architectural art of Azerbaijan. His works keep astonishing people not only in Nakhchivan but also in the countries of the Near East. The tomb of Qusayr Oğlu Yusuf, founded in 1162, is known as Ancestral Tomb. The Memene Khatun tomb, which is the obvious manifestation of the artistic characteristic of the Nakhchivan School of Architecture, is a monumental construction built in 1186 in honor of Memene Khatun. In addition, the pieces of Ahmad ibn Ayyub al-Hafiz Nakhchivani and Jamal ad-Din Nakhchivani, who lived and worked during later periods, have reached our time. Characteristic features of the Nakhchivan School of Architecture are bricklaying, the skillful application of different sized bricks, and the inclusion of tile and embossed elements into architectural decorations. Different versions exist regarding the etymology of the word of Nakhchivan. According to reliable historical sources, this name gives the meaning of Nakhchivan, the creation of the world. According to other legends, the Nakhchivan toponym means the land of Noah's supporters. Currently, the grave of Prophet Noah has been restored. By the way, the Ashab Kahf miracle mentioned in Magara Surah of the Quran Kareem is in this ancient territory, and it has turned into famous pilgrimage for Muslims. Nakhchivan is a land distinguished by its faithful, honest and brave people, rich culture and national traditions. Despite its subjection to various invasions and oppressions of a time, the brave people of Nakhchivan did not become separated from its blood memory. Even during the 70 years of the Soviet period, the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic protected its privacy, moral values and spirit.
We
witnessed the weaving of narrow, long carpets, muslin shapus and Ordubad districts of Nakhchivan. We saw this in Azad village especially. A carpet of 6 meters length and 80 centimeters width. The patterns on the carpet are the 16th century Ottoman patterns. This is a finding. I saw this in an Azerbaijani carpet for the first time. We encountered such a carpet in Nakhchivan in particular. We came across an extraordinary carpet in Makhta village of Sharur district. The entire sides of the carpet are adorned with ram-horn elements. The middle girl part of the carpet is charkh-falak, the ups and downs of life element. I would say that this carpet is an only sample in Azerbaijan.
Bu xalça mən deyərdim ki, yeganədir.
Art does not die, it lives and keeps alive the ones who are engaged in it. The memory of the nation, people's mentality get transferred to the knots and patterns and become immortalized. The patterns that are the display of assorted balls, skeins, artistic aesthetic taste, and decoding of the era, and the heave delivering to us the magnificent rhythm of rocks, the sound of proud and solid steps of our ancestors support the creation of today's new art samples. Each pattern has its own story and heroic epos. The labor of Mr. Ahmad and Zarifat grandma, as dyes from Nakhchivan city, united with peace in the brightness of 1,000 of colors. The soul of the hands of Afruz and Fatma grandmas were the witnesses of so many couples that grew old together. Those two grandma wove so many rugs, mefreshes, saddlebags and chevals for holding wheat that she does not exactly know the number herself. Sakina Khanum from Babak was skilled in weaving both carpets and jajims and hay-bear out of silk yarns. We can see the reflection of their hearts in the rugs with honcha that decorate houses. They say Guldesta grandma left a will to be wrapped when she dies in the jajim that she wove with her mother-in-law. God knows they couldn't have been anything more beautiful than the sound of spinning wheels for the daughter of Shahrabanu Karbala Ibrahim. Gulsanam grandma from Julfa had raised sheep, prepared wool, skein and dyes, and then during long winter nights she would gather girls and young married women to weave carpets. Tens and hundreds of Nakhchivani mothers, sisters, girls, old women, whose names are not mentioned here, have conveyed the heat of their hearts to their fingers and the butter of their eyes to patterns. In the end, interesting and ideal art samples were created under the name of Nakhchivan Group of Azerbaijan Carpet Weaving School.
Çolanı kəndində dediyim sujetli xalça və Zulfada gördüyümüz xalça.
The plotted carpets I saw in Kelan and Julfa. One is a plotted carpet created under the influence of the Karabakh school. Patterns are the same, was dyed in Nakhchivan and woven by a Nakhchivani weaver. The other was taken from Tabriz Group, and its colors and plots indicate its relation to Tabriz Group.
Onu Təbriz qrupuna yaxınlığını göstərir. Nakhchivan xalçalarının
Nakhchivan carpets have close relations with their allies from north, Tabriz, Khoy-Maran, Salmas from south, and Zengezur from the east. We saw an extraordinary mefresh Kaaba in the Garabaglar village of Kangarla district. We have the mefresh. The most important is that all the elements on these carpets express Turkism.
Ən əsası odur ki, bu xalçaların üzərindəki elementlər hamısı Türkçülüyü ifadə edən elementlərdir. Təqdim olunan məfrəş 1870-ci ildə Şərir rayonunun Danyeri kəndində toxunmuşdur.
The mefresh introduced here was woven in Danyeri village of Şərir district in 1870. It's woven purely out of lamb's wool, but goat wool is employed for its tassel. The grandness, beauty and weaving style are very extraordinary. These mefreshes were woven in great numbers in Karabakh, Yerevan province and Gazakh-Borchala province as well. I mean to say that patterns similar to these elements were woven. However, the special style used for weaving this mefresh proves that it's extraordinary and it's an art sample.
Onun qeyri-adi olmasını və bir sənət nümunəsi olmağını sübut edir.
In general, weaving carpets and carpet products, carrying on the glorious tradition, the care for the historical and cultural heritage, are considered one of the major targets in all districts of Nakhchivan. Supported by great mountains sharing its hazy fillings with the ancient sycamore trees, old Audabad housed our ancestors who pulled their sleeves up to put up looms, and grandmas who told the young ladies, "This is not a pattern, my child, but is our ancient confidence, lesson book of our ancestors," and taught them the secrets of tying knots and composing patterns. Upon their arrival to this world, girls saw their mother who wove carpets and rugs, and they didn't leave their mother's side because they didn't want to miss anything. Girls would do anything just to assist with washing and cleaning wool, then spinning it on the spinning wheel, and then taking it to the dyers to color. The carpets, palazzas, kilims, mefreshes, saddlebags and prayer carpets woven today would be the most valuable part of their dowries tomorrow. I saw for the first time there that chadra, veil, was woven there. Chadras in pieces. According to the person who purchased the chadra from, this chadra coincides with 1850s. Salt sacks. Mefreshes. We took its picture from close, looked at its knots and patterns. It's quite possible to see their differences from mefreshes woven in Gazakh, Kuban, Karabakh carpet weaving.
Qarabağ xalçaçılığında orada toxunan məfrəşlərlə fərqini aydın görmək olur.
Carpets were woven using Turkic style, gerdest.
Türk üsulu gördəs üsuludur. Yəni bütün Azərbaycan məktəbləri.
That is to say, this is the style used in all Azerbaijani schools. The mefresh that we saw in Qarabağlar village only is Senne style. It's warped and weft a cotton. This indicates that the traders who came from Tabriz to Nakhchivan in old times ordered carpets in big numbers. These orders demonstrated carpet weaving in Nakhchivan has old history.
Nakhçıvanda xalçaçılığın çox qədim tarixindən xəbər verir. Gördüyünüz bu məmulat duz torbasıdır. Azer-ilmedə toxunmuşdur.
This is salt sack here. It was woven at Azer-ilme. It was woven using carpet and complex winding style with sumac technique. The back side is simple killing. The animal elements, live tree sign on the salt sack all show heroism, patience and bravery.
Olan heyvan elementləri, həyat işarəsi, həyat ağacı, bunlar hamısı qəhrəmanlığı, dözümlüyü, mərdliyi göstərən bir işarələrdir. Nakhçıvan xalçasının mən deyərdim ki, böyük əksəriyyətində həyat ağacı vardır.
Live tree exists in most Nakhchivan carpets. There are many signs like eye, bird that show longing and sadness. The edge borders show that it is a salt sack designed purely in accordance with elements belonging to Nakhchivan carpets.
Sırf Nakhçıvan xalçalarına aid olan elementlərlə
There are salt sacks in different sizes.
hansı ki, bu duz torbasının müxtəlif ölçülərdə olanları vardır.
Back then, people would pour salt from here and keep salt in these forms. Sederic people faced the fate of living face to face with the enemy past. However, this does not frighten Sederic residents. The district has its own development rhythm. Clean and tidy streets, beautiful houses please your eyes. Besides all areas, the development of carpet weaving is also very important here. Famous elderly women who spun wool in the light of lamps wove rugs, kilims, palazes, jajims, mefreshes, erkans, horse and camel shoes, gave advice like, "Hey, my child, carpet weaving should come to you within your blood, heart and air." Sajims that were produced out of goat wool were durable. Keches were very useful in daily lives. The patterns of the products produced in the Sederic carpet workshop today as if whispered the legend of Agredar on the opposite side and delivered the thought of ladies who say, carpet weaving is like listening to a fairy tale. You fall into a mysterious world while tying knots.
Sədərəkdə və Ordubatda yeni xalça sexlərinin toxunmanın şahidi olduq.
We witnessed carpet weaving in new carpet workshops in Sederic and Ordubat. We saw how young and old show interest in carpet weaving. It seems this tradition is still being maintained in Nakhchivan today. There are a lot of raw material bases and a lot of carpet weavers. Let them weave, learn and teach Nakhchivan carpet weaving to future generations. Almighty God has not denied anything to ancient Turkic or Ruslan Nakhchivan. You come across material and cultural monuments, natural miracles, craftsmanship samples at every step that astonish you. The Gizlar Bulağı, the girls' spring, is a pattern of a drop and a sketch of a spring. The icy water draining through stones, flowing and purifying itself is a knot, and its pattern is given by nature.
En məşhur kəndlərindən Leyram kəndində
the kilims woven by majority in one of the oldest villages called Nakhchivan are similar to Eastern Anatolia kilims. Depending on the quality of the wool, their fringes are very wide and the green color is ideal.
Yaşıl rəngin çox mükəmməl olması. Gördüğünüz bu fragment parça kurzun üzüdür.
The fragment carpet here is a saddle back cover. It has very ancient history and was woven by using complex winding style. Its age coincided with 1800 approximately. The interesting side of this saddle bag is that its edge borders are attributed to Nakhchivan group and middle part to Turma style from Ganjar group.
Nakhchivan qrupuna və orta sahəsinin Gəncə xalçaçılıq məktəbindən Tirmə üsuluna daha yaxın olması göstərir. Gördüğünüz xurcun yundan toxunmuşdur, mürəkkəb dolama texnikası ilə.
This saddle bag you see here was woven out of wool by complex winding technique. It was woven in 1900 in Danyar village of Sheru district. The saddle bag was preserved in good condition. Foreign experts have confirmed that this saddle bag is attributed to Nakhchivan. Its patterns are adorned with eye motifs and repeat themselves. In the middle, it's decorated with arrow signs, eye motifs and other elements. The saddle bag has tassels in different colors. S signs on the bag symbolize abundance. The Butterbot Road is a light taking you from real world to the world of fairy tales. Every flower, blossom or tree is the source of one pattern. The sweetest water of springs draining through stones, the rivers twisting along the bottoms of mountains are the longevity formulas of carpet colors. The Butterbot Lake reminds of the voice of silence. The carpet patterns that create harmony in the decoration parade of endless flowers and plants that do not repeat themselves is the unity miracle of the human intellect and nature's touch. The eternity of the old art, the ancient and ideal school depend more on their fundamental research, accurate study and purposeful advocacy. The Education Center operating under the Ministry of Economic Development of the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic serves this very aim. Ladies from different age groups will both learn the thinking style and lifestyle of our past from pattern mystery, and as the successors of a well-known school will deliver the knot poetics to our future.
Bugün biz Nakhchivan xalçalarını artıq beynəlxalq səviyyədə sertifikatlarını almışıq.
We have already received international certificates for a part of Nakhchivan carpets with the assistance of Carpet Department. We closely cooperated with auction houses in London, Los Angeles, New York. We have secured that the Nakhchivan carpets have been called by Nakhchivan name.
Xalçaların Nakhchivan adı ilə çağırılmasını biz təmin eləmişik.
The protection of ethnic-cultural chronicle, including historical and cultural heritage, national values, and transferring them to the next generation is an important issue. The State Carpet Museum of Nakhchivan, operating since April 1998, serves this goal as well. First, the museum was 200-year-old history located in the Khan Palace, moved to a new building in the Azer-ilme Avenue in 2010. Nakhchivanis, including museum employees, do not forget the blessing of the national leader Azer-ilme, who visited this cultural center in 1999, as well as the recommendations of the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic head Vasif Talibov. At the first stage, the State Carpet Museum of Nakhchivan greeted guests with 359 exposition samples, but they are now over 500. Conditions and compliance with the modern conservation standards were established here. The most beautiful and ancient samples, such as pile weave and flat weave carpets, kilims, palazas, jajims, as well as mafreshes, saddlebags, sacks adorn the museum. Currently, 109 carpets attributed to Nakhchivan groups are demonstrated in this cultural center. 29 pile weave and flat weave carpets and carpet products, 3 mafreshes, saddlebag and salt sack obtained from different countries around the world and private collections by Azer-ilme Carpet Company head Vidadi Muradov were given to the museum as presents. Among the 264 permanent exhibitions of the State Carpet Museum of Nakhchivan, pile weave and flat weave carpets, a variety of handicrafts, embroideries, knitting tools, 60 pieces of copper and ceramic dishes are displayed. Today, the Carpet Museum has turned into a cultural center. Exhibitions regarding carpet weaving are regularly held here. In addition, book presentations and scientific conferences are also realized here. Nakhchivan carpets have already proved themselves as a school in the world.
Sözünü dedi.
The art samples we inherited from our ancestors are a source of pride with their perfection and the summit they have conquered, which will be a beacon showing us the road to the eternity. Our carpets that have their own esteemed place among the world masterpieces are the not legend of the glorious formation of our self-conscious path. The Nakhchivan Carpet Weaving School is delivering thinking, an ideological burden and clarity mission to our time. The Azer-ilme Carpet Weaving Company is demonstrating exceptional devotion to the promotion and research of the Azerbaijani carpet weaving schools in general. Each knot and each pattern is the window of light open to our tomorrow from our blood memory. Let there be light.